What's up, guys? I'm Jason. This is Freebird Garage, and today we are on part 5 of the FXRT project. Behind me, we've gone through quite a bit, taking off some stuff, diving into now the electrical, the front end, and the last video had it kind of more stretched out, all figured out kind of where the wiring has been sitting. Now we're actually going into the fun and exciting part, and that is trying to figure out what undoing we need to get corrected for this FXRT fairing to be put back on. So if you haven't seen the other episodes before, go check them out. We actually have a full OEM FXRT fairing that is going on this bike. It used to be set up as like an FXRS style, down to even like the buckhorn handlebars here. So we're trying to get this back to an FXRT, and got a lot of undoing with this wiring. So I'll show you guys what I have so far and what I've kind of started to figure out. I got my service manual all set up, super stoked because it is already making things 10 times easier by looking at it. All right, so this is what we got here. All right, so burning my eyeballs off trying to run through this diagram, I believe I actually got everything figured out where it goes to be fixed. So what I thought, and originally here laid out, we have our two tach and speedometer there, and they ran the original, or their original turn signals off of there, and one is supposed to be the left turn signal and the other one goes to the headlight, and these were both wired and spliced off of the one plug. And then I found where the original headlight, these two were open, and then this black wire here was rolled over and taped shut and hidden, and they had these two that were on the headlight. Now they were just twisted on with a bolt and then bolted down, so that's not a big deal. So then I went back, scratching my head a little bit, trying to figure out why they wanted the two turn signals going off the one tach, which by the book shows that's not correct. One is supposed to go to your left turn signal, the other one goes to your headlamp. And then going to what they had wire in the headlamp was correct. The yellow and white wire goes to the headlamp, but the other black wire that was hidden goes to now the other turn signal. So that kind of clears things up of where everything lays on here, which is good. The two open wires I have here, I didn't show, those are good to go. They actually upgraded, which is nice, to the flasher that's new aged. Don't have to worry about that. And looks like the only thing I have a question on that I am tracking down, this wire here, I believe it goes to a ground outside of the wire that's actually on the bike. So that should be figured out as far as what's on here and laid out. So what I'm gonna do now is get everything kind of cleaned up, and then that should get us at least to the point of being able to plug it in, and then we can work on the rest of the higher wire irons there. All right, so let's get this fixed up and memorized so I'm not trying to guess where it goes. All right, so I was able to track down some turn signal wires originally for an FXRT. So we're gonna use these to essentially splice into our control or our wiring that we have here. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna clean up our old situation here. We're gonna cut this up right now and then splice in the new one. Clean up there. And we're gonna need some heat shrink. Slide this right over far enough away where the heat won't start to already warp it, and solder away here. Nice and snugged, welded together all the way around. All right, now we're gonna throw our heat shrink right over it, clean up any of the burrs so I don't burn my finger off. Back to looking factory. I'm good there. This side will actually technically almost be done, because all we're gonna do now is plug our wires into our control board, slide them in. So our green's gonna go into the bottom, and we gotta squeeze our other end up into the panel up here. Doesn't give you much space. And we have a turn signal, at least it's soldered together. All right, so we got this is the left side. So now we can finish up the rest with the potential headlight. I gotta see if I had the spades with me that we can do that with. So we're all set there. All right, so my other turn signal here, this will be for the right side, came kind of mangled. Ground is no longer attached to the bulb on here. Not a problem, so we're gonna fix that. So we're gonna replace the new ground, get that connected, soldered up. I've already spliced up the two ends here. And then we also have I believe the main power side of the light we gotta change as well. But we'll start off soldering up here. What I'm doing to repair this, the ground is soldered onto the socket itself. And that's what we are doing here. Solder that right to here, just like that. Kind of brush it up, clean it up so that it sticks. Should be good. All back together on that side. There's wire over here, has a bit of a splash. We're gonna fix that real quick and then we'll be good to hook it up. All right, so before I get this turn signal back over, I really wanna make sure it looks fully OEM. So I'm gonna take this big heat shrink piece here and we'll get a good measurement about halfway through there. Put it away. There we go. Okay, we'll slide this over, seals it back up. We'll just heat it to shrink. Back to looking factory, home stretch, getting this. Now we're doing the right turn signal plug after we got everything finished up. Should be good on the solder there, yep, solid. Just gotta plug our two last plugs into here and we're good to go. This green lead gonna be squeezed right into that mess there. So we're gonna see if we can get it in there. Okay, good there. This last open spot gets the last lead. There we go. Sank in. Okay. Let's plug this in, see if we have any luck. Here's the spaghetti mess of wires that we are plugging into now. Main control harness. And obviously we redid the turn signals on here. So if we get these to work, that is a huge step forward because that means that I've reworked the control board that was all mixed up and it was spliced and redone, of course, to run these, which were running off like one same circuit. Kind of confused how they ran that. And the headlight doesn't have the right plug or with it to be able to test that out. So that's the only downside right now. I don't have that. It's easy to get, so I'm gonna get that, be able to plug into new headlight into that one there. So we will check this out now, see if it works. Now I do know one of the turn signals does have a burnt out bulb. Woo-hoo! That is awesome. I feel like Thomas Edison right now. I have power, that's awesome. So that's a start. I'm gonna plug in the relay. All right, no luck on that. Try one other option. I'm gonna swap the bulb, see if both sides at least work. I can hear it, but it's not turning. Well, unless if it's the wrong side, let's see. Oh, if I hold it down, it works. So I don't know if it's with the certain relay that they replaced it with. It could have been, so I gotta look into see if that's the original one causing the problem or it's not balanced correctly right now with the rears. We are on the right path for getting this stuff done. All right, so there it is. The front wiring is starting to come alive. Next time around, we should have that all tied up. Pretty stoked, guys. We'll have more coming and we'll have the fairing hopefully start being put together so you can actually see it on the bike and make a little bit of a difference from this naked front end that we got. So that'll all wrap for me on this one. I would greatly appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button, tap that like, press that notification, leave a comment below and tell me what you think. And for those that have already subscribed, thank you. And as always, stay free. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.